Crossfire, and here you're listening to 99.3 Nigeria Info. This beautiful Monday morning is the second day of March 2020. Welcome to the show. I asked you a question at 6:15 a.m. That segment we call the Chit Chat. Why the panic buying of face masks and hand sanitizers? Why the hike in prices also? And we had quite a conversation which will continue now. We also had a lot of theories. Some people proposing the use of herbal remedies, how it works for them in treating some other ailments. Could this be the way forward? Do you think drinking agbo might protect you or kill you from coronavirus? I'd like to hear from you. And we'll have a doctor in here to join me shortly and talk to us about what you should be doing. Do you actually need to buy those face masks? If you do need to, how do you wear your face mask? How do you protect yourself from coronavirus? The government, the federal government, especially the president, spoke yesterday evening and told Nigerians, don't panic, just calm down. Are you calm or are you in full-fledged panic? That's the show for the next 1.5 hours. I am Wemimo Adewuni on the Money Crossfire. WhatsApp number is 08095975805, 08095975805. Twitter at Nigeria Info FM. You can watch us live right now on Facebook and YouTube, Nigeria Info 99.3. You know how I love to start with you. I see you're calling already. I give you the phone numbers. Are you in panic over coronavirus? You tell me.
Call us on 0127709993, 0127719993, 0127729993, and 0127739993. This is Nigeria Info. We are listening.
This is Nigeria Info. Yes, I am listening. Tell me, are you in panic or are you calm? Why are you rushing to buy face masks and hand sanitizers when you can use soap and water? If you run a pharmaceutical company or store, can you tell me why you are hiking the prices? Let's talk. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. Welcome to the show. What's your name?
Okay. I just want to contribute a little about this corona subject.
You're welcome. Tell me your name.
Yeah, my name is Stephen Akpobi. I am calling from Ikorodu.
Welcome to the show.
Okay, you see, this corona thing is just it's a pity that one case has been reported in Nigeria. And it's not in Nigeria, it's somebody who came to visit us. I think the people should calm down. The government, they are not relating their efforts. Even the medical people, they know what to do. If you are panicking, before you know, another king can just catch you before you need to say corona to drinking to embarrass the people. Advise Nigerians to cool down, no panicking. Nothing good happen. Even all we Christians, we are praying. Even my church yesterday, my pastor prayed all for the whole world. That is Pastor Chris. That this coronavirus is a devilish something, and God is in control. Thank you very much.
Thank you for calling. Do you trust the government? Will prayers keep you safe? Tell me what you think. Temitope is at Yanokpaja. Can you put off your radio?
Yes, Wemimo, good morning.
Welcome, Temitope.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Wemimo,
yes,
very honest with you, the situation is very funny in Nigeria because when you look at the PPE, for instance, and then the way people are capitalizing on what is happening in the world, first and foremost, when you look at the Chinese guys, they went into the market some few weeks, like 3-4 weeks ago. They had shortage at their hands. They came to the market, they packed all the face masks that you could get. So it was at that point that the price started going up. I monitored it for like three weeks or so because I'm a buyer where I work. You understand? So something we used to buy 600 naira per pack. Fortunately for me, I was able to get some for my company at 4,700 thereabouts.
You used to buy a pack at 6.
We used to buy at 600.
And then you were fortunate to buy at 4,000 naira.
4,700.
Wow.
Only for me to wake up on Friday morning. That was on Thursday. I bought on Thursday. The moment they announced that, they've somebody is detected in Nigeria, and then like that. I saw the price. The price went up to 600, 6,000, Saturday 8,000, and as of yesterday on Jumia, it is so.
Who got your voice? Temitope, you said it was sold for how much? I didn't hear you.
On Jumia, I saw it for 11,000 naira.
So you're saying that it is not from the retailers. The problem is from the suppliers.
And not stop. These things, they get it from China. They have shortage in China. Chinese guys went to the market with money. Igbo guys, those wholesalers in the market, they were selling to them. We opened our own house. Okay, let's say, God forbid, if this thing should break out tomorrow, we have shortage of it. So anybody that has this thing is a king, automatically a king.
So the Chinese people you're talking about, you say mopped up these items in Nigeria.
Of course, they're in Nigeria.
And then they mopped it up to sell where?
They bought to send back to China.
To send it back to China.
But it was at that time, we didn't have anything to fear about. We were fine. Everybody, we thought we were doing good business. Those guys in the market, they felt, come on now. This is tight time for them to make money. So it was at that point that the price started going up in a very funny manner.
Wow. Temitope, thank you for shedding light on this. Just wow. Kinde is at Mushi. Hi, Kinde.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm getting calling from Michigan.
Yeah, welcome. Go ahead.
Yes, I don't know. The problem with Nigeria, I don't know if there is anything sort of news like this that, it's supposed to be a point where we get to, help ourselves or make money out of the whole thing. That is when you just wake up in the morning and you realize the price of things started going up for no reason. They can't tell me now that all these people are selling this food now in high cost price. I just getting this food like after the whole thing and getting it in high price. I'm sure most of these foods are already in their stores and they are just like hyping up the price on their own.
Okay, Kinde, I get you loud and clear. I try to hear you in a very noisy place, but I appreciate you calling to join the show. Aguma is at Bagada. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, I don't see the reason why we Nigerians shouldn't be in panic.
Tell me why you are in panic.
Okay, now why I am in panic is that for the fact that we do not produce any of these PPE in Nigeria it's a concern for us to be in panic. And then also, on that day when it was announced, I was on my way to going out when I decided to say, okay, let me go somewhere and buy this first mask. I got there, I was told it was 3,500. I wanted to buy maybe 2 or so for my family use. Then I said, no, I can't buy this thing 3,500. Okay, let me just pick one. Now, on picking one, I gathered that the next day it was 5,000, 6,000, and it keeps rising. I asked this guy, why is it that you people have hidden the price? He said the price had already gone up because when this thing came up in China, because they come from China, Nigeria imports them from China. And so when this thing hikes up, when many companies in China could not operate because of quarantine of whole city and neighbor, to that confine. So the industries in China were not producing again. So Chinese that sent them or that knew that these items are in Nigeria now came back to Nigeria to buy it back to China.
You're the second person on the show mentioning this morning.
Yeah, so Now it has come to Nigeria, and we didn't. Those importers now don't have it in their shelf or stores. Are now concerned seriously. And don't forget, you don't blame anybody for the price rise, because a price is a factor of demand and supply. Here, there is no supply, but demand is high. Definitely, price will have to go up.
Thank you, Aguma. There is, in truth, a global shortage of medical masks, but the WHO, I mean, many doctors have said, if you're all buying face masks, panicking so much and mopping up all the face masks when you don't need it, then the people who do need it to avoid spreading diseases can't get it. Isn't that counterproductive? Jonathan is at his solo. Good morning.
Wemimo.
Welcome to the show.
In an Adewuni way.
Oh, come on.
Anyway, Wemimo, like I told you early morning today, I said I'm not in any panic mood. And maybe I should rather also advise Nigerians to be very, very beware. They shouldn't be brainwashed. On Saturday, there was a story that was going around that the certain taxi driver, he has escaped, he wants this money. When the story caught to me in my office, I told some guys, I said, listen to some kind of story before you joke. Do you think what you are hearing can be out? The next hour, the guy came to me that they have just, I told you, Nigerians should be very, very careful. This Nigeria is the easiest place to brainwash people. And people just do follow things. There is no need to be panic, like I said in the morning. All these hygiene characters just need to imbibe it.
Right.
Simple. And for me, I want to tell you something. Like water sickness. Have you been to where all this waste that these people, this collector waste, they collect? Have you been to where they dump it? Have you been there? Go there one day. You will see what is more than coronavirus there. I'm telling you.
So you're saying that our hygiene is nothing to write home about?
Where they are offloading those waste, there are some of our people who scavenge. Go and see what is going on there. You know, when that truck lifts up his body like this and pour those in that, 1 million people are below it scavenging. And all the death, all the eruja, everything is going on there. They don't die.
Maybe that's what we should be worrying about. Michael is in Lekki. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Are you in panic? The president says don't panic.
No, I am not.
Great. Great to know.
I had an argument with one of my friends. Over the face mask and sanitizer issue. Guess what? Everyone is talking about them exporting all those stuff back to China because the production stopped all of a sudden in China and all of that. But there's something I noticed. It is not everyone that is exporting. After yesterday, I had an argument with someone based on the fact that he has this stuff, he has this face mask and all that in stock, and he said he was not going to sell. He once said it like about 2 weeks ago that they can't wait for this coronavirus to land in Nigeria. At least people start buying sanitizer.
Wow. He can't wait.
I'd be like, what are you even saying? He said, my brother, I'm only trying to come Lagos. You know, we just laughed about it. So yesterday, and I told him that, why would you increase this price all of a sudden? He told me that, first, everything in Nigeria is transport. Do you not see transport? Like, if it goes up, it doesn't come down and all that. So you are actually just waiting for a problem or a virus to break out in Nigeria.
So that you can make some more money.
So that you can make money. I feel like we are our own problem.
Let me speak with Felix. I'm sorry, but let me speak with Felix and keep it short. Felix is at Ishaga. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Felix, and I'm calling from Shasha Air Force Bay.
Welcome to the show. Are you in panic over coronavirus?
I'm not in panic.
Great to know.
I'm not in panic because we've gone through this route before, and now we are, even from what I read, Ebola is a more deadly disease than corona. But what problem we had was that, like some people rightly said now, because I work at the airport.
Great. What do you do at the airport?
This mask at the cargo section.
Oh, okay.
This mask, we are being ferried back to China in tons. People were making brisk business. It was going in tons. And even some people, at a point, the customs started stopping them. But they would change the name, they would hide the name, and then take it because they were making much money. They were not thinking of the effect it will have on us because the China they are sending it to are the people manufacturing it. Only because it was in shortage there, and China started looking for where to get them. Right now, China is producing. Nigeria is not producing. And we have the problem in our heads. So that's why the price has gone up. People want to make money at the expense of the life of others.
Thank you, Felix. Let me tell you that China, that we keep talking about, is the world's largest producer of medical masks. Okay, so there is a global rise in demand for medical masks and hand sanitizers. China, there's a reported daily capacity to produce 20 million pieces of medical masks. But by the estimate of manufacturers, domestic demand alone is about 50 to 60 million per day. They're producing 20 million. There's now a demand up to about 50 to 60 million because everybody is wearing a face mask. And like I asked you during the chit chat today, why do you need to wear a face mask? We'll have a doctor join us on that shortly. A doctor said to me, face mask is not a dress code. It's not something you dress up and then you top it up with a face mask. We'll talk about shortly. Tell me about your panic, however. Adewuni is at Aja. Good morning.
Hello, Wemimo. Good morning.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah. Panic buying, I am not worried.
Yeah, good.
Do you know what I'm worried about? How our society in Nigeria has degenerated to being a dirty society. Do you remember this song, Some Have Food But Cannot Eat?
We can't forget it.
Exactly. Now, that song teaches us that we have to be neat and clean while we eat. That is the kind of orientation that our parents, our teachers, as at then, instilled into us as at then. But what are we getting now? We are getting dirty everywhere. Lassa fever is just as a result of rodents, right?
Right.
Fine. But how many homes can you enter today and you will beat your chest that you cannot find your rodents there? People on a daily basis, we are not neat enough. I work on a site. I have a bag of pure water in my boot every day. Workers are there. You have to clean yourself. You see some workers, at the end of the day, when they are working, they don't use the right equipment. If you don't use the right equipment, please, you are putting yourself at risk of so many things. Putting yourself at risk of the fact that you yourself, you are endangering yourself. Yes, there are some things that we cannot avoid not doing. For example, touching your face. It is a custom. It is, except you want to deceive yourself.
But we don't have those practices in place right now.
Exactly. But what you just need to do is, at every point in time, you want to carry a newborn baby, wash your hands.
Oh, that's one. They would never hear. Adewuni, thank you so much for calling. Gbolao is on the line from Festac. I'll just listen to you for 30 seconds because the doctor is here. Gbolao, welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for holding the line.
That's all right. On this panic buying thing, I don't know what our government can do about it. They should clamp down on it. But beyond that, we don't need to panic buy. And I believe more than coronavirus, there are other things that are more deadly. Remember, I sent something to you, to your DM, and I don't know, maybe you saw it.
Where? Twitter?
Yes, on Twitter.
Okay, I'll check for it.
At Lawansin, the canal there, they are heaping up beds and piling it in front of residents' home. It's terrible. It's worse than coronavirus. I was there on Saturday, young kids, children around there. And they're just packing a segment, and yet we are rampaging about coronavirus. More than that, there's what can kill people. Please talk about all these things. Government should hear and do something about it.
Right, thank you so much.
Thank you very
Well,
much.
Dr. Fred joins me in the show. I just keep it to Dr. Fred because his surname always deals with me. Unuboya.
Good morning, everyone.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Panic buying. We've started this conversation since 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And some people have explained to me, well, I must be in panic because we don't produce. And if Nigeria runs out of face masks and sanitizers and I then need it, then I won't have it. So let me save for the rainy day and just buy it and keep it. Do we need to wear face masks, really?
Oh, thank you for that question. So let's address the panic buying first of all. You see, I wouldn't blame the average Nigerian for panicking. First of all, we don't love each other in this nation. You see, in China, if someone has a large store of this face mask, what that individual will do will be willing to share to everyone. Now, you're having this face mask with you an opportunity to make money. So the law of demand, when demand is so high, then you make profit from it. So every Nigerian is trying. I saw this coming. That was about them. Towards the last week of January, I spoke with one of these guys that supplied the face mask and the whole stuff. He said he had it, but when we needed it, I made an order. You won't believe we couldn't get it anymore.
They refused to sell?
Not he told me the amount. Are you sure you can pay for it?
Wow.
That was what he told me. Now, your next question was on.
Do we need to wear the masks?
Yes and no. WHO says for those who would put on the masks, you have to meet a criteria. It's either you're a health worker taking care of individuals with a suspected case of coronavirus, because if you've confirmed this, you can't negotiate putting this on. Then if you're managing these cases, you should be on it. If you're someone with symptoms suggestive of this coronavirus, you should be on the face mask. Now, that's for yes. Then for me, I was wondering, so if I'm going outside and I'll be meeting different individuals who in Nigeria we know would not take safety precautions. Someone might be coughing, might have even been exposed to the individual that is currently being observed. And that individual right now is coughing in the bus or sneezing, and that same individual is not on face mask. Should I expose myself to that individual? That means I should protect myself by putting on a face mask. So it's a two-way thing. If you're trying to protect yourself,
and everyone is trying to protect
everyone
him.
should protect himself.
That means everyone will be wearing face masks.
Yes, because in this nation, just like the previous callers have said, we are not conscious of hygiene, basic hygiene. We don't have. It's not just about corona.
But we don't produce face masks. China is the largest producer. They are even running short.
They are asking other nations to help them. Now, the nations they are asking for are having the same problem. So who would help who?
So we've heard some of my callers have said that they work in this sector and they can tell me for truth that many people, before we even had coronavirus in Nigeria, had mopped up these face masks from Nigeria and sent them back to China, selling them at exorbitant prices.
Business.
So, business.
Trust
Now,
me.
but let me ask you, who can transfer coronavirus? We had a conversation on this morning, and someone said if you're not symptomatic, you can't transfer coronavirus. When can coronavirus be transferred? When can you infect someone else? Is it when you begin to show symptoms or once you just have it?
So if we should take a study from nations that are developed with a good healthcare system, right from the cruise ship that was quarantined. Now, if you notice, there was no case of corona on board then, but they kept the ship there.
Just to be sure.
And they waited for 2 weeks. And now, during the process, they discovered this stuff was on board, which means an individual can have this coronavirus without even showing the symptoms. And at the same time, so, okay, let's ask this question. Who gave it to who on board? And how did they get it? So an individual can actually infect someone even without showing the symptoms. That is why it's scary. That is where the fear lies. Not we can't handle it. If you can only infect me when you have the clear signs and symptoms, then I should know, oh, this individual has this, stay away from him. or I have this, I shouldn't get in contact with you.
So whether you show symptoms or not, once you have the virus, you can infect other people.
You can, and that is where we get it wrong, because we feel this scanner, the thermal scanner, when I just check you and your temperature is within normal range, you are good to go. That's not
You
it.
are not good
You
to
are
go.
not good to go.
Another thought I've had on the show this morning is that why we should not panic is that Ebola is even worse than coronavirus. Can we do that kind of comparison? I know the fatality rate for coronavirus is just about 2%. Is coronavirus worse, than Ebola, or vice versa?
For Ebola, why corona is so different from Ebola? I'm trying to go scientific. We are still searching and making research on this mode of transmission, origin.
Because it's a novel
It's
disease.
novel.
It's new.
Ebola had been, so even before the outbreak, there's been treatment protocol on ground.
But we're still trying to understand
We're
the
still
virus
trying
itself.
to understand this. So
this strain.
You heard about the reinfection, right? Of
Yes,
those.
we're coming to that shortly.
So it's new. It's coming with different forms. Today you could see this. Tomorrow you could see this. Next tomorrow, oh no, what we thought was this is actually not it.
There was a last week or 2 weeks ago, chloroquine was trending, and I saw some people jokingly, some people seriously saying they need to start stocking up on chloroquine. So there was talk about chloroquine being a possible, fix. How far with that?
Chloroquine is just one of them. There's a whole lot. Chloroquine is even on the list. And I read what was that, over the weekend, about 5 pharmaceutical companies in the United States are working to produce a drug for this, making research. So they're trying different retroviral drugs, trying viral medication, store a whole lot. So chloroquine, yes, believe me, we'll try anything with this.
Do you think taking chloroquine now will keep me safe?
That's a no, please.
That's a big no. Let's head out for a break. We're back in a moment. I'm glad you are listening attentively this morning. Dr. Fred is here with me. Let's ask all the questions about coronavirus. I'm still worried about the panic buying. We'll also tell you our correspondent visited Computer Village. So we're looking at how this is affecting business, not just the drugs, but other businesses that we do with China. That will be after the break. This is the Morning Crossfire. I'm Wemimo Adewuni. We're back after this.
This is a paid announcement. #1 talk news and sports station. This is the Morning Crossfire with Wemimo and Sheriff.
Welcome back. I'm Wemimo Adewuni. This is the Morning Crossfire, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Only 3 cases of coronavirus have been officially recorded in Africa. 1 in Egypt, 1 in Algeria, 1 in Nigeria. No death. On Saturday, 29th February, 2 South Africans were tested positive in Japan. Japan confirms that the 2 SA nationals are currently being treated in Japan and are in good care. Coronavirus cases have been confirmed in almost 60 countries. At least 7 countries reported their first cases in the past 24 hours. Those countries are Azerbaijan, Belarus, Mexico, the Netherlands, New Zealand and Nigeria. More than 86,000 cases and nearly 3,000 deaths recorded in these 60 countries. Let's look at an update from yesterday. More than 2,900 people have died from the fast-moving virus that appears to have originated in China. WHO says the new coronavirus could spread worldwide. WHO spokesman Christian Ledermer says the outbreak is getting bigger. That was on in February. South Korea reported 571 new cases on Friday. The country now has 2,337 cases of the virus, more than any other country outside of China. China on the first, which is on Sunday, reported 573 new infections. Wow. The NCDC, let's come to Nigeria, confirmed the first case of the coronavirus on Thursday, the 27th of February. But the government has assured us that our health system is strong enough to fight the coronavirus, and adequate attempts have been made. But on the front page today, I saw the NMA saying, we are preparing. We're in the process. We are preparing. We are not prepared. Is Nigeria prepared to deal with the coronavirus? Why are you panic buying face masks? We've answered some of those questions on the show this morning. Who needs to wear a face mask? But we've gone beyond that to also ask questions on how this affects business in Nigeria. Our correspondent Kefe took a trip to Computer Village and spoke to some of those who do business there.
The market is very, very empty. We are lacking some materials inside the market.
To start with, Nigeria, our economy is really poor. Talking of either coronavirus or not. Importation has been low anyway, as in it has gone too low.
A week ago, I had a discussion with one of my clients in China. He told me that he can never open a warehouse for the meantime. That means the one I had at the stock, I need to package it well for me to see the money times 3.
The market is a place of demand and supply. When the supply is less, definitely the price will go high.
There is no importation yet because everything is still on hold, on standby. The Chinese people have not resumed yet. They are still saying by next month. Things are a little bit higher. There are some items that we do sell 1,700, but when you go to the market to go and purchase it, that they are telling you 2,300.
We are no longer importing because Chinese companies are shut down, so they are not operating at the moment. So the current goods we have just hike up the price a little.
Actually, we are not importing from China for now. We are importing from the other countries like the US and the UK. What we have in stock, we still sell the same price we have been selling. It affected negatively because there are other cheap imports that we make from China that is not around now. China is controlling the markets of the world, understand? They are the major manufacturers, understand? So the whole world is depending on China, which is not supposed to be. It affects our profit because we are not importing again. It's when you import, you bring new goods, you can't profit. Chinese borders are shut. Cargo airlines are shut down. There is no importation. So there's already an inflation.
Over 2 weeks, going to a month now, we don't have fresh goods in our shop.
We estimated that China embarked on their holidays earlier before the coronavirus gets rampant. So from the holidays they embarked on, which will take them like 2 weeks to come back, it exceeded to more than 1 month. As it stands now, most of the stocks in Nigeria or the products we sell here has finished. So it really affected the business.
That was a visit to Computer Village. Dr. Fred, this is beyond just the coronavirus. We're talking about other products that we get from China. Interestingly, China even ran out of drugs for HIV patients. So this is not just a coronavirus issue. There are other issues. So the containment, close down, stay where you are, has affected production in these places.
Yeah, sure.
So what are we going to do?
Well, let's talk about ourselves as Nigerians. Let's leave China. China, it's because they're so developed that they've been able to handle this level to this point, this virus up to this point. Imagine if we really had this outbreak in Nigeria, started from Nigeria, we would have been talking something totally different right now. So let's talk about ourselves. Let's talk about how to prevent this stuff going haywire right now.
We don't produce in Nigeria. We don't manufacture. We import all of these things. The people we would import for have shortages.
So what do?
Have we started production?
We need to do something. We can't start waiting and begging China to send us face masks
when
anymore.
They need the face masks themselves.
When they need it, and they're even asking you, in case you have, please give it to me. This is why it shows where we are as a nation. You can't run to this sector or this sector in cases of emergency. Now, the production of face masks should have been upgraded in Nigeria, in Lagos, in Port Harcourt, wherever. We don't. Sanitizer, I don't know, do we produce sanitizer in Nigeria?
Why can't you produce sanitizer? What's the big deal with sanitizers?
What's the big deal? What's the big deal with face masks?
Yeah, talking about which, someone sent me a video earlier this morning and said the face mask is just tissue. There's a video going around, a self-help video that says if you can't find face masks, just squeeze the tissue like this, staple rubber band here and cover your nose. Does that work?
From Nigeria, right?
Yeah, just normal tissue paper, can tissue paper stand in for face mask if I can't find?
I can't say yes to that. If anybody's going to tell you to use tissue paper in case you're running out of stock of the face mask, then it should come from a recognized authority. Maybe WHO is telling us this, the Federal Ministry of Health is saying, or the NCDC.
Nigeria, and they haven't said that.
You see, in Nigeria, we are good at a makeshift. We are good at looking for anyhow to survive. And this is why we have always been at where we are. Just get tissue paper. It will soon pass. When it passes, we go back to where we are. Right now, the government should be, we are able to handle coronavirus. We are stepping up. Our manufacturing centers are working. Someone came on air and said we can handle corona. Did you check the Punch this morning? You saw the headline in Punch this morning?
I read all of them at 7:30.
It said, what was it again? The centers, facilities in FCT Ogun are not ready. Then federal government deploys more doctors in airports. Deploys more. Do we even have the number of those?
We don't have enough doctors.
We don't have enough. We are deploying to the airports. Then what about those at the hospitals? What happens to them?
Let me allow the listener ask you a couple of questions because you need to go soon. Here are the numbers if you want to join us now.
Call us on 01-277-0993, 01-277-1993, 01-277-2993, and 01-277-3993. This is Nigeria Info. We are listening.
Nigeria Info, we are listening. I'm Wemimo Adewuni, and we're talking about the coronavirus this morning. All of the questions you have, bring them on right now. Olumoyiwa, welcome to the show.
Yeah, let me ask the doctor the question, then my contribution.
Okay, very quickly, please.
Is this coronavirus Nigerian disease? Because I don't see reason we are panicking. I have a friend in China that 7th or even the disease just imported to Nigeria, and we have hot weather. My body is hot, my wife's body is hot, but in there they have cold body. So why are we panicking? Good morning.
Did you get that? So I've heard these questions like maybe the coronavirus would die in Africa because this is a temperate region.
Someone said it too, and we have a lot of school of thought saying that the climate could also be a factor because the study are saying the virus, can it survive in cold weather and the hot weather? In Africa we have this. We'll find out soon. We don't know yet. You can't actually say this is it. So when you tell Nigerians, someone also said, I think 2 weeks ago, a month ago, that the African gene can actually survive it. These are just speculations.
Did we survive Ebola like that?
And why we just have to be conscious is because you're having this right now in 60 countries. So what are you going to tell me? Are we saying that the continent of Africa is different from the rest of the world?
That's a big question. Femi is at Surulere. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Wemimo.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, good morning, doctor.
Good morning.
Yes, I want to ask a question, two actually. Is it really something to really worry about per se? Because HIV and some other ailments have killed millions of people over time.
Right.
And coronavirus, the rate of death is not really as striking as some of those diseases. That's one. Then two, can't we use replacements like polythene gloves? We produce polythene a lot in Nigeria, and but polyesters and other polythene products are wasting away everywhere on the street. Can't it be something that can be converted to polythene gloves? Thank you.
Okay, great thought there. Like, can we improvise?
Can we improvise as Nigerians? What is our standard in improvisation? Can you really beat your chest and say this polythene that you're trying to use for this period would actually keep you safe?
Right. The quality.
The quality. So I can't actually stick out my neck to that. Then he said about the coronavirus. He asked, why are we really worried about it? You know, you mentioned HIV, you mentioned talking about Ebola, TB, and the rest. These stuffs have been studied over years. We have written data to back up the fact. If you have this, just please stay here. This is what we're going to give to you.
We know what we're working with.
We know what we are dealing with. But for the coronavirus, it's something beating the whole world of science right now.
Everyone is still trying to understand it.
We're trying to understand.
That is what the panic is actually about.
That is where the panic lies. Not, I spoke about this last week, and I said at one point in time we all came across this coronavirus.
Yeah.
But for this particular one, it's a strain, different one. So when you were growing up, you were coughing, sneezing, running nose. That's just one of the coronaviruses.
So you've had cold.
And you survived. Your body was able to adapt and help you.
But this one is new.
Totally different in the category of the SARS and the Middle East here.
Right. Let's talk with Abdul. He's in Apapa. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, and doctor. Good morning.
Good morning.
Talking about panic, actually, there's a reason for us to panic because we don't have any preventive arrangement or precautionary arrangement. And look at it. People are busy selling the PPEs and all that. So where are we going to start? That is one. Then the second aspect, I have a younger brother that is in China. On Friday, we talked at length, and he tried to give me the picture of what is happening there. So what the guy was saying was that we are in a tropic region, which is hot. And, Chinese, their immune system is relatively weaker, than ours. It's weaker. Small things that can cause problems to them. In our own case, or some things that we can adopt, they cannot survive it. So that's one.
Well, unfortunately, scientists have not proven that, so we can't run with that theory for now.
It's not proven.
No, it's true. And another thing is, drew my attention that it takes an average of 2 to 3 weeks for the virus to manifest. So he even wondered, how can we, within 1 day of quarantine, we'll be able to establish that that person has that thing? Because they have to do lab tests and they have to look at the sequences, what actually been established as coronavirus, and then for them to arrive that this person has or not.
Right. Thank you very much, Abdul. I think he's worried about, what you've mentioned that we do at our airports. We do the thermal screening. You don't have fever, so we say you're okay. But you might have the virus and it's not showing yet, so that might not work. But let's look with Ifeanyi Yategbeda. Ifeanyi, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. Honestly, I want to hype on the sincerity of our government, first of all, towards this coronavirus outbreak.
Yeah.
Actually, as it stands now, we say we have only one officially confirmed case in Nigeria.
Yeah.
What happened to a child that goes to school this morning? Because I can tell you that not many people are listening to what you're saying here.
Sure.
A lot of Nigerians are not informed.
Some people don't even know that there's coronavirus in Nigeria.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
They don't know. I went to Djibouti yesterday. I was in a public transportation. I was with people that I tell you that these guys have no single hoot about what is going on. And like now, what is the sincerity of the federal government? You people are saying that scientists have not yet discovered what is the cure or what is the source or how this thing is being transmitted. Yet our federal government is not closing schools down. They can't handle this when the outbreak goes so wide.
If I says we're not closing schools, do you think we should be closing schools right now? Is this such an epidemic?
This is like putting the cart before the horse. Why would you close schools when you're still allowing people coming into your nations?
Do you think we should close our airport or ban flights, some flights into Nigeria?
Please, I don't want to say yes to that, so that they won't come looking for me. Someone said something. He came on air in another station and spoke about the coronavirus, what the government should do. They called him and asked him, why would you make this sentence? Why would you say this and this?
Don't worry, you're safe.
No, it's not about that. What I'm saying is this: our protocol, the infection prevention protocol, that should be laid out clear for every Nigerian to work and follow. For those coming into Nigeria, you've been to these countries that have the coronavirus. Please, when you're stepping in, you have to be quarantined. I shouldn't be telling you, go to your house, and if you feel so and so, you call me. You could have spread that to your whole members in the church or your friends at the beer parlor, and when you're calling me, you're down with the symptoms. Your friends have gone around maybe to the north, to the east, and it's over the nation.
Well, interestingly, over the weekend, I read reports. I'm trying to find one. So many people saying Nigeria is actually doing well, especially at the Abuja airport. That there's a thermal screening. There's a form you fill. They actually check, but so many other countries are not doing the same. Is there anything at all we can applaud the Nigerian government for doing, or the Lagos state government? He looks away. Okay. He looks away. Okay, so let me ask you another one because you have to go now. In Lagos State, we have some quarantine centers. The infectious disease center in Yaba. We saw the governor kit up with the deputy in the suit, protective suit. Is that enough? Are we on track? We have just one case now, but I see they're setting up some kind of tent, decorating the place, making it look better.
You see, NMA gave a response to that. He said, provide this. I would have expected, they did well though. I would have expected them to say, we are showing you that we have this in store. We have about 10,000 PPEs available. So here we are right now, showing the whole Nigerians, telling the world that we are ready. Not putting on just this kit, and when you bring in the healthcare workers, they're now scrambling, looking for what to put on. You should come out and tell us, here is an example of what we have, and we have a whole lot in store right now. You can confirm it. You take the media, you show them, this is where we stored this. That is what we are supposed to do. What they did isn't right, yes, I wouldn't fault that, but they should have added something else to tell us what we have on ground to handle this.
So aside wearing the suit, let's say you tell us how many we have.
How many we have. This gives the healthcare worker, it gives them confidence to step out and want to work.
Okay, let me read to you a tweet by Dr. Joe Abel on Twitter. In the last 2 weeks, I have used the Abuja International Airport twice, London Heathrow Airport 4 times, Washington Dulles Airport twice. I also used the London Underground trains twice. I saw only precautionary preventive efforts against coronavirus in Nigeria. It says in the Abuja airport, you are screened by thermal imaging machine, which you may not notice. Coming back into Abuja, you are given a form to fill while still in the plane. They collect the form and your details. When you land, the health worker checks that you fully completed the form. If you did not, you are pulled aside and made to fill it. Once you pass a health worker, there are signs asking whether you've been to China recently. Another health worker is watching the thermal images. At the immigration, all the immigration DSS and fan officials are all wearing face masks. There was nothing of such at Heathrow, at Dulles. An immigration officer only asked me when last I visited China and took my fingerprint. So finally it says that having been to airports in Seneclimes where there are no visible screenings, and in a packed London Underground train where every sneeze is viewed suspiciously, it commends the efforts of the NCDC and the Federal Ministry of Health. What say thee?
first of all, let's commend. At least we're trying. We're doing something. Let's commend them. But are you trying to tell me that we have the very good healthcare system in Nigeria compared to the other nations he mentioned? Are we trying to say that we have good response compared to other nations? In cases as this, we have the response. You're calling the United States, you're calling China, you're calling Italy, you're calling Iran, because we have these cases right now over there. Are you telling us that our healthcare system is capable to work at the same frequency with these nations? Yes, at Abuja, right? Is that all? We have individuals in Lagos, in Port Harcourt. What's happening? Are we just going to brandish to the world that we are doing something using Abuja as our yardstick?
What happens at the other airports?
What happens?
Dr. Fred, I'll let you go now. Thank you very much for joining the show this morning.
Thank you for having me.
He has a lot of rants this morning, but I wanted him to just upgrade us and give us updates about the coronavirus. There you've heard from the doctor. I'm coming back to you now. The panic. What really is the essence of the panic? Are we in panic mode? If you are, why are you in panic mode? The president spoke yesterday. Many of you have been saying, oh, we've not even heard from the president. Finally, he speaks and says, Nigerians, calm down. There's nothing to panic about. We're on top of the situation. Do you believe that? Good morning. Sorry about that. Good morning.
Morning, Wemimo.
Welcome to the show.
This is Adewuni. It's a pity your doctor has left.
In fact, I tied him down too long.
Yes, indeed. But I believe he has not been following up with what is going on in Lagos, really. Because yesterday, the Lagos State government governor was on a radio station. He had a very huge interview lasting up to about over an hour. And he explained that Lagos State, for example, has about 100-bed
facility,
which they have actually, and it is scalable, and they can expand it, very, very rapidly. And secondly, he says he gave also the status of what is happening to the gentleman, the man who came in, and that he's receiving treatment and responding to treatment and so on and things like that. They have also, been able to trace. They have traced some of the passengers
who had contact with him. Yes.
Yes. And then those ones too are being, followed up. And they're being quarantined, where necessary. Ogun State also is quarantined about 28, contact persons, contact people, those who came in contact with them.
But you heard in the papers today that they've cried out for help, that they need help to upgrade those facilities, that the facilities are not meeting up with what they need. They called on the federal government today.
Yes, absolutely. As you know, this is something that is coming as an emergency note. And so even the Lagos State government is asking private clinics that would need upgrades to also indicate such a request so that they can also assist with.
So you are saying that we're not doing badly so far?
We're not doing badly at all. I think that let us give honor to those honor is due.
All right.
I think there is a delayed reaction, but they are acting and they are doing it well.
Thank you very much. Let me take Patrick in a few seconds. Patrick, can you make this happen in 30 seconds? You've been on the line for a while.
Yeah, that's okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, well, beyond the panic or no panic, one of the things that I expect government to start to do now that they ought to have been doing for a very long time is running jingles that will help us to maintain or have a clean environment culture. When we do this, our fire brigade style, which we are used to doing, and we enjoy doing because it's also an avenue for leakage of funds. We come back to where we were before. Right. So everyone who owns mask, who has 5, 6 packs at home. If 200 people around you are infected, your nose mask is of no effect.
Absolutely.
So that's why we need to share. Rather than hoarding it. If you have 1,000 packs of nose mask and you inflate the price by 2,000 naira, you would have only made 2 million naira. But with the 2 million, save your life.
Good question there, Patrick. I need to keep it there. I'm heading out for a break now. This is the Morning Crossfire. We're giving you an update on the coronavirus, and I'm particularly asking you, why are you worried? Why are you in panic mode about coronavirus? More conversation after the break. I'm Wemimo Adewuni. Stay here.
More talk, news, and sports after this. Info.
From your #1 talk news and sports station. This is the Morning Crossfire with Wemimo and Sheriff.
This is the Morning Crossfire. I am Wemimo Adewuni. It's 2 minutes gone past 9 and we're talking coronavirus this morning. I'm asking you, why are you in panic mode? If you're not, good. If you are, can you tell me why? And we've had conversations about, do you really need to wear a face mask? If you do or don't, why are you panic buying? And we have had conversations also around why the price of face masks and sanitizers have been hiked. You've told me that it's beyond these pharmacies and these stores. It's something beyond them. There's more around the source. And many people have exported this face mask because of demand across the world. So Nigeria is left with fewer than we ever had. We don't manufacture. We don't produce. China is the largest producer of face masks. They produce about 20 million a day. They have a demand right now of about 50 to 60 million. So there is a shortage. But there is more. The impact is more also showing on the economy and on business. We went to Computer Village and asked questions about how this impacted also on importation. There are far wide-reaching effects of coronavirus extending to areas like e-commerce, technology, medicine, business, travel, and the economy.
Beyond the immediate health issue, I see a situation whereby this COVID-19 will cause world health issue away from the COVID-19. What I mean is that, take for instance, in India, most drugs we use in Africa, sub-Saharan Africa, being produced in India, because of the cost, India, China. Now, I saw on news the other day that Indian are complaining about some raw materials for their drugs coming from China that they're not getting. I'm like, now, somebody who needs a supply of drug ailment for 1 year, for 1 month, right? They had it last 1 month. The container load that came in January. In the last 1 month now, nothing came out of China. If they exhaust the stock, what happened? What is the bigger economic implication of this to the whole world? For material things like clothing, shoes, it's not a problem. I'm thinking of the medical area.
That's a big question. What's the impact on medicine, on health, on those clothes and shoes that you buy? We also asked questions from those who import, and they told us how this impacted on importation in Nigeria.
The economic implication of it is massive. The effect now has not been felt because everybody, mostly things has come in late December. You notice in December a lot of rush of goods coming to Nigeria. Some are already on the sea for the 5 days. The shutdown started on the 7th. Most things came in December and they come in containers. But I'm saying now that the effect will start feeling the effect in the next 2-3 months when we start feeling the shortage.
When we start feeling the shortage because we import many things from these countries. If you are an importer or you're a business person, is this affecting business yet? Or do you foresee this would affect your business? You should talk to me on the phones right now.
Call us on 01-277-0993, 01-277-1993, 01-277-2993, and 01-277-3993. This is Nigeria Info. We are listening.
This is Nigeria Info. Yes, we are listening. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning. What's your name?
Yeah, this is James Darwin calling from Nigeria.
Welcome to the show.
I want to ask 2 questions.
Okay.
First of all, how many people have been infected with this coronavirus?
In Nigeria or across the world?
No, in Nigeria.
One confirmed case.
Still that same one person?
Yes, that's same one person.
That Italian man?
Yes. The others have been confirmed negative.
Oh, thank God for that.
Mm-hmm.
And secondly, in an area that I'm working as a laundryman in an hotel, and I'm having these bed sheets, dirty ones, and towels. What can you have? I actually wanted to send this message to the doctor since I couldn't get through to him.
Mm.
What can they advise me to do?
With your bed sheet, what did you say is up with bed sheets again?
You wash some linens like bed sheets, towels, low towels, and these are things they use from the room they get.
Okay, that's what you do.
And locally.
Is that what you do? You clean bed sheets and stuff?
Yeah, but I do them inside the washing machine, but I use my hand to touch them.
So once you touch them and you load them in the washing machine, make sure you put enough soap.
I
Immediately you wash your hands. That's what you do. Yes, immediately you wash your hands thoroughly under running water.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you for calling. Yummy is in VI. Good morning, Yummy.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, I can hear you clearly.
I can hear you, yes. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, just have 2 comments, and it's a pity Dr. Fair is no more in the studio. My first comment is that when you ask whether wearing face mask is protective, and then those for the regular people in the community, the WHO and CDC have said they are not protective. One, because if everybody wears a face mask, the supply cannot meet the demand.
No,
So
it
eventually,
can't.
You will run out.
Yeah, and
So
those who
let's
then
say
need them can't find them.
Hello?
And then those who need the face mask cannot get them to buy.
Exactly, and that puts everybody at risk. That's one. Number 2 is the issue of the federal government response so far. And Dr. Fair kind of suggested that maybe quarantining people coming from at-risk countries will be a more effective method than what is currently being employed.
Or stopping flights from there.
Yes, but the truth is that there's a lot that goes into quarantining suspects. Because at the current stand, we don't have the resources to quarantine people. Some countries do have the resources, because imagine if you have to quarantine 1,000 people. You are going to be responsible for their feeding, for their upkeep, and putting a lot of people together also puts them at risk, because some of them may actually be negative, while some are positive, and allowing them to mix increases the chance that
those who were negative will then become positive.
Exactly.
Right.
So there's a lot that goes into quarantining.
But isn't that the conversation we should be having? We all agree there's a lot that goes into it, but if it needs to be done, why don't we make it happen?
I believe the federal government has actually put all this into consideration, and that's why they have decided that to screen people at the airports, and people should self-isolate and call in if they
feel sick.
That's also what's been employed in the UK, and current evidence suggests that is also effective. Except we have other evidence that says that's not effective. We'll work with what we have presently.
Right, thank you so much. Yomi Ola is in Ojo. Good morning. Ola, can you hear me? I'm so sorry. You've been on the line for so long. WhatsApp. Let me go to WhatsApp. Let's be fair, okay? Wemimo Mama of Radio Talk Show. King. So thank you for teaching us to wash our hands, singing happy birthday to you twice. Yes, I mentioned this earlier this morning. That's how to wash your hands thoroughly. You don't just put soap on your hand and you rinse it out. No, you wash your hands. If you want to get the right timing, sing happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Sing it 2 times. While you're singing, you're washing in between your fingers. You're washing the back of your hands. You're washing your wrist. You're washing under your nails. You're scrubbing properly. That's how to give a proper hand wash. Yes, sing the happy birthday song twice. Good morning. My name is Taiwo Michael from Ikotun. There is a lot of panic in my neighborhood. It's so sad that hand sanitizers prices are not bearable. Please use soap and water. Good morning, Wemimo Bioye from Surulere. I'm concerned about people the Italian man was in contact with. Will the government find all of them? What I notice is any little thing people exploit. I'm not surprised at the hike in price. I guess making money is more important than keeping your brother or sister safe. Good morning. Why are we still allowing flights? Please, the international airport should be closed for now. We won't die. There is e-commerce and trade. Internet trade will still go on. What is wrong with the government? You didn't give me your name, but that's your thought there. Igwe Victor says, I am not in any panic mode. Wemimo. Reason is, there is a trust There is trust issue in Nigeria between the citizens and the government. The shady nature of information about the victim left so much to be suspicious about. 2. The news came when there was wide outcry of the killings of Christians in the north. It was a ploy to divert attention. That's what you think? Chinese doctors, that's number 3, said that the gene of blacks are more resistant. Who said that? Who said that? Give me a link to read up. Where did you read that from? Good morning, Wemimo. Concerning face mask, what does it mean? The medical association, the ABBA people cannot work together to produce face masks. Of course they can. That's the point. They can. From the contributions, most don't know the origin of coronavirus. It is not natural and it's as a result of dirt, but manipulated and engineered in the lab. Again, those theories have not been confirmed, but there are speculations around those. I know that viruses are cultivated. I mean, it's a known fact. Anya Free there from Akoka in Yaba. Good morning, Wemimo and the doctor in the studio. This is Peter from Alaba. Please, how long does this virus survive outside the body of a human host? If you wash your hand, it's gone, but it can stay around on surfaces for over 24 hours. Can an individual get the virus from touching an object 30 minutes from the time? Yes, you can. If someone leaves the virus on a doorknob, on another object or thereabout, if you go there in 30 minutes and you touch the same thing, yes, you can. You're all sharing with me videos of how to make face masks with tissue paper, and the doctor has said he can't recommend that. Radiant from Lagos Island. Why panic buy the face mask when it won't help stop the spread of coronavirus? This was advised by the US doctor that people should stop buying the face mask. Yes, you are mopping up the little supply. John from Iwaya. Good morning, guys. Okay, that's for sport. Afam from Ali Mosho says, good morning. Which of the comments are you referring me to? I don't know. Good morning, Wemimo here on WhatsApp. Olaide Cruz says federal government should suspend airlines to Italy, China, South Korea for now, while more efforts should be on checking incoming passengers. Lagos State government should do better. If they keep lying and hiding the truth about the facility and situations, what are they teaching the public? Is lying part of their working strategy? Questions you got there. Back to the phone. Good morning. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh gosh. Okay. Good morning. Okay, another one gone. You've been on the line for a while. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
My name is Shinka from Italy.
Welcome.
For me, it's only reasonable for we to be worried. I won't say that because it affects human beings. And we don't have the solution yet, and it's spread across the world. So there is a need for me personally to be anxious, to feel in anxiety rather. And talking about our tackling of the issues, the man from Ogun State was actually brought from Ogun State to Lagos because of the lack of facilities in Ogun State. The governor said on the radio station yesterday. So we have to be worried. And as it is currently, we are being affected economically, socially, because the business we transact with China, we can't do it anymore. So we should be worried that in present status, we can't even come to Nigeria at all. So it's only reason for us to be worried. And I only pray for the best that these things will become miraculously stop. Thank you very much.
Thank you for calling. Good morning, Wemimo. WhatsApp. Alfred from Alagbado. Nigerians need to be in panic mode because, 1, we are not reactive but proactive in nature. The fire brigade approach to beat the spread of this virus is to be strictly proactive. Secondly, our health system is appalling. Care of patients is nothing to talk about. Everything I hear is we are capable, we are ready, we are able to handle the coronavirus. Meanwhile, the reality on ground is that the government is not just preparing itself while the virus is already in town. Thank you. Joseph is at Ayobo. Joseph, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning.
Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Nigerians. Now, those who convey people from point A to point B, having AC in the cars, and and you don't even know, if these people have this disease. What is the way? What is the best way, to
You mean drivers?
Yes, drivers. What's the best way? Is even if you're wearing a nose mask or something, what's the best way, to protect yourself against even against yourself, and also protect the rider in case you have it. Just sort of passing it on to the rider or to the driver. What's not the best way? Because even when you enter these buses, the public buses, which is even the more critical one, how do you ensure you don't carry or transmit this same disease we're talking about? Because I'm so scared. I'm so scared that the government is doing little on this issue. We really need to, I was so amazed, and I was so like when I heard that China built 1,000 beds in a week, 5 days in a week. I don't know, and we were building like 100, and we are like clapping for ourselves, like, oh, we have 100 beds. How about what something?
I share your worry, Joseph. What I would say is, if you're a driver or a rider in a car and you're not sure, so this is where you need to, if you have a cold or you need to cough, simple hygiene procedures. Don't cough into the air. Cough into a handkerchief or into a tissue and dispose that tissue properly. If you have someone in your car, for drivers, I don't know, you might need to wear the face mask. I mean, that's just a safe thing to do. But beyond that, you know that the virus is not just coming to your nose. It can be on surfaces. You can touch it. I mean, the person in your car is right there with you. So if the person sneezes it, it can leave it on the seats, on... Man, guys, that's one. You just have to do your best to clean your car as often as you can, wash your hands as often as you can, have your hand sanitizers. Just, well, that's it. Ben is at Ikeja. Good morning, Ben. Hello, Ben. Ben, are you there? Oh, no, I cannot hear you. Okay, let me go back to WhatsApp. John Zeno from Lekki is asking me why the APC is hiding the name and identity of the man that brought coronavirus to Nigeria. Hey, is this a political thing? Good morning, madam. Your doctor analyst has not been fed to the Nigerian government, says Afam from Alimosho. Good morning, Wemimo. Why are Nigerians wearing the face mask? It won't prevent anything. We should work on ourselves. That's all. Hello, Wemimo. My wife runs a business and they produce hand sanitizers locally. Tell me about it. He says you can imagine that at this morning, all raw materials have been mopped up from the markets. Wow. And even the local factories producing them are currently only producing for the Chinese alone. Whoops. What is our government doing, and how do they think they can protect us if they allow the Chinese to take away all the materials we need? Says even the local factories, it's all about money. Ayakunle there. Ayakunle, can you send me a message on Twitter, please, at Wemimo Sport? I'm on social media as Wemimo Sport. Can you leave me a message? Just tell me this is you, okay? Wemimo, please tell the dry cleaner to speak to his doctor. Or you ask a doctor to speak to us again on air. Are you also a dry cleaner? I understand your worries, but as much as you can, as often as you can, go ahead and wash your hands. Facebook, Mazib Obi Okereke says it took an opposition party to speak out against our federal government's lukewarm attitude against the COVID-19 before our president came out yesterday to allay affairs. Another comment in here from Ayo Johnson. I see you, says great job, thank you. Oko Christian says we should be careful, even those that preach in public buses. Hey, if you're sitting in front and someone is preaching right over your head, please tell them to to turn to the other side so they don't spit all over you. Chuks Uko, so Nigeria allow China Airlines to flow to this country? Says the wife for Nigeria. Please let the okay. It says visit those who intentionally allow airlines from China to Nigeria. So your summary is saying we should stop flights from China. Let me see if I can get in more comments from here, or I go to Twitter. Okay, we have this from let me see. Okay, Mutaza Mikisu said the situation is panicky, but Lagosians and other Nigerians should not panic. Let's also wash our hands regularly and keep our environments very clean and pray every day. We survived Ebola virus. We shall survive COVID. Okay, that's from Motaza Miki Yusuf. Joseph Igochi on Twitter says, Nigerians, please stop panic buying. Buy Nigeria manufactured hand sanitizer. And he's sharing video. Ike Mama on Twitter shares a photo with me here. Says it's an email sent to him by a Chinese client. Says even before the entrance of Corona into Nigeria, we were already in scarcity in Nigeria. And the scarcity in China makes it worse for the rest of the world. And this mail reads, sorry for disturbing you. Here we would like to share a piece of news. Blah, blah, blah. If you know any organization or company that manufacture protective clothing and antivirus masks in your country, please ask them to contact us. We will pay. The more, the better. That's a summary. Tunde Andrews is here. Welcome back.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, we have coronavirus while you were away.
Yes, I know. I almost thought of not coming back.
Really? You would have sat there. We don't produce, Tunji. China, the biggest producer of face masks, is also low on supply. Well, how do we meet up with that gap? And my callers have told me that people are even mopping up the few we have in Nigeria to sell to other countries.
So we need to stop and slow down a bit. The face masks are useful, but honestly, first of all, it's the kind of face mask, how you wear the face mask. Mm-hmm. And also, it's even more the person that has the coronavirus that needs the face mask, not really you. So let's slow down a bit. Because
it looks like it's a global panic. Yes, everyone is wearing face masks. It's a major panic.
Let's slow down. Even the hand sanitizers craze right now. So if you understand what hand sanitizers are, it is, depending on the composition, part alcohol and part fragrance, part gel. It is the alcohol in it that makes it potent.
So can you just put alcohol on your
exactly.
Hands? Wash your hands with soap.
So you could just soap and water is better. Yeah. Better.
Or the running water.
But you could just simply get clinical alcohol, ethanol, or one of those things, and put in a bottle and rub it on your hand.
But what do we do about these companies hiking prices?
So the FCCPC is doing work on it. I was reaching out to them yesterday and we're talking about it. So they've been going to some of the shops and naming and shaming.
A caller told me in the morning. He actually tagged me in that tweet over the weekend. Mm-hmm. The FCPC stepped in. Mm-hmm. He bought someone he knows bought hand sanitizer for 25,000 naira. The store refunded.
Yeah, they have to. Because the FCCPC is a consumer protection council. Yeah. So you don't want them to be on your case.
No, you don't want them. What's coming up at 9:30?
All right. So basically, it's the economy. We're looking at various things around the economy. I've been away for a while, so I'm just going to. So my trip was a bit of retrospect and introspect, and I think it's. Let's do this, Nigeria. Let's do this. Let's do this. Yes, let's do this.
Like you came back ready. I just got back vibes.
Let's do this. Let's do this.
All right, listen to Tunji Andrews after this break. He's got a lot coming up on conversations around the economy just at 9:30. I'm back tomorrow morning. The Supreme Court has review of cases today. Both parties seem to be sure that their cases will be either thrown out or reassigned. So let's follow up on Supreme Court cases and reviews tomorrow morning. Should the Supreme Court be reviewing its judgment? Isn't the Supreme Court supposed to be final? But do we trust them enough to say, yeah, final is final? If we don't, can we do anything about it? That's coming up on the show tomorrow morning. See you then. Have a fantastic day. I am Wemimo Adewuni.